Nigerians are very funny. Like sometimes you wonder, why are you from this country? Like you just want to leave. You just want to like wash yourself off this type of people. You don't just want to be among them. They're like chameleons. They change every time, every day. They are so difficult to understand. Like you just wish you are not from that place. You just wish you're not from that place. When you see the display of some Nigerians on social media, the way they think, the way they talk, you just wish you're not from there. You just wish you're not from there at all. Not because there are no nice people, not because there are no good ones, but because of the bad ones, you're unable to like figure out the good ones. This is just the problem. This morning we woke up to this post about Angela Okorie. Angela Okorie is one person that people think she's fearless. She's fearless, she's untouchable, she's everything that Nigerian praises. Like, they praise her for everything, every word that comes out of her mouth without thinking of the consequence. Angela is one person that will stand in front of camera and say things without reasoning. She say things like she thinks she's bold, fearless, she's everything. When people clap for you, when people tell you, guy, go, yes, go, and that gives you more energy, more power, to oppress other people. So this is who Angela is. Angela Okorie. This is who she is. And this is who she has been until last year when someone chose to put her in her place. And since then, we haven't heard anything like things from her. Things have cooled down, things have died down. Like she also went on social media to like apologize. But you think after destroying things, after you have broken something or someone, you think an apology, a public apology can amend what you've broken. You think it can amend everything. It can just, put things back the way they were. No, because people need clarity. People need to be clarified. Because this is one thing that I noticed from this things that have been going on between Angela and Mercy Johnson. So now let's talk about this thing that has been going on. Angela had been on Mercy Johnson's neck from day one. Like she has been on social media every day calling out to Mercy Johnson. She has been on social media every day, every year, every minute, to call out Mercy Johnson, accuse her of so many things. Nigerians, most Nigerians, I'll tell you, like 80 to 85% of Nigerians have been in support of her. They have been in support of Angela Okorie, for calling out Mercy Johnson, for calling her names, all sort of names. I can't even mention here. They are very hurtful names. They are names that no one in their right mind will want to even dare to call their enemies. No one cautioned Angela to stop whatever she was doing or whatever she was saying. And Mercy Johnson has been very, very quiet. She was quiet for years. When you're single, when you're not a parent yet, and people try to pull you down, you don't see it as anything. I think that was what Mercy Johnson was at that point, or though she had kids, but they were not grown at that point. So she just overlooked everything and thinking, I think maybe she was waiting for the day that Angela would stop whatever she was doing. She gave her chances, she waited for Angela to quit whatever she was doing, but Angela never stopped. She kept on dragging, insulting, accusing her, of being a witch, of being lots on a, my goodness, like in all of the dragging, in all of the accusation, all of the things that Angela were doing on social media, no one called out Angela to stop her. Nobody told her to stop. No one cautioned her. Nigerians kept on applauding her, calling her queen, legit queen, fearless queen, queen with boldness, who can boldly come out and call names, accuse anybody and call them by their names, And after the incident of Regina stepping in for Mercy Johnson, then I think a few weeks later, Mercy Johnson took action. She did not come online to say anything, but the blogs took it and said Angela was arrested by Mercy Johnson. Then Nigerians packed up. Nigerians were supposed to be happy, like these have gotten to the right authority, and now we will know who is lying and who is telling the truth. So Angela will be able to present her evidence, present her evidence to the, court, the police, all of that. But no, this is why I said Nigerians are difficult. They are so difficult. When they hate you. They don't want to see anything good comes out of you. They want to see you drop until you can't lift yourself. This is who Nigerians are. When the news of the arrest broke out, Nigerians attacked Mercy Johnson. This is the reason I said Nigerians are difficult. They are not just bad, but worse. They are worse than bad. They attacked her, calling her names oppressor because your husband is a politician. You're using the influence, the power, of the government to oppress the poor. I don't know who is the poor person. They called her names, but she never responded. Then a few days later, we saw an apology letter on social media from Angela. I think that was after she was released. Then she tendered an apology, apologizing to Mercy Johnson that she didn't know that all she was doing was very hurtful, that everything that she was doing, she never thought could hurt her and the family, all of that. How did you never thought of that? Like, how did you never thought of these things, these words, everything you were doing on social media, everything you were saying could be something very dangerous, not just to Mercy Johnson, but to her kids. Angela is a mother. She has a kid. How is it that she never thought that everything she was doing, all the display on social media, could affect other children? Like, if the table was turned, like, if Mercy Johnson was the one saying all these things, people would have attacked Mercy Johnson, telling her to please, lay low. Because Angela has a kid, that this could affect the child. But no one ever remembered that Mercy Johnson have children that could have been affected. Nobody ever cautioned her. So there's this thing about Nigerians. When someone is arrested, you see them saying, why not charge the person to court? Why use your power to oppress that person? Why did you not take the person to court? Charge the case to court. If someone alleged or someone accused you, take that person to court. Listen, in Nigeria that I know, for me, police station is that initial stage, when it comes to case. I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a police, but this is something that I've witnessed. This is something that I know that mostly happen in Nigeria. So, but I don't know about other country. But if you accuse someone or if you have any case and police is involved, that is the initial stage. It's like you preparing yourself. So if it's something that they cannot bail you, or even if they bail you, so the case will be charged from police station to court. She was arrested, few days, she was released. That is to tell you that the case was not settled. So she was released and she tendered that apology. So fine, but that doesn't mean that everything is closed. It doesn't mean that the case has been dropped. So after the apology, everything died down and we never heard from Angela. I don't know, maybe I never see any post about her, blogs never posted anything from her and everything just cooled down. And because she apologized doesn't mean that the case was dropped. She was arrested, she got bailed, and I think the case is in the hands of the government, and that is because the case has been charged. That is one thing. So now, in January, something sparked up again. All blogs were, roaming around with fake things. They never mentioned a name. They just say MJ, and this girl picked up that news and she analyzed the news as if she was there. And she used the word allegedly. Listen, you saying allegedly, you alleging to something doesn't mean that you're not guilty of saying it. This girl analyzed this whole issue as if she was there. And she used the word allegedly. And Nigeria think it was okay for her to say allegedly. And because she said allegedly, it's okay. That is just okay because she picked the news from a blog and Nigerian thought it was okay. It was fine because it's Mercy Johnson. The attack is on Mercy Johnson. The girl that said all of those things, that took the news from blog was arrested by Mercy Johnson. And Nigeria again started shading Mercy Johnson. They all shaded her, like dragged her. Why would you arrest the girl? What is the girl still doing? Oh, my goodness. When it comes to Nigerians, when it comes to Mercy Johnson, Nigerians, they spark up like flame. They all went after Mercy Johnson instead of going for that girl. Instead of, they went for Mercy Johnson. This girl's wedding is in few days, a few weeks. Why did you still arrest her? What is she still doing in the police custody? Oh, my goodness. When she was alleging, when she was saying all these things that she wasn't aware of, nobody cautioned her. Nobody told her to keep quiet. Nobody encouraged her not to say anything. She said all she said because she used allegedly and Nigeria feels it was fine. They call her all names. oppressor, abuser, because you have the political power, he's using the political power to oppress the poor. Now, who is the poor again? Someone who staged her phone, staged her camera to accuse her is the poor. If you're poor, you stay in your lane. If you're poor, you stay in your house. Do not accuse people, because as a poor person, you know where you stand. You know your level. You know what you can afford. You know what you can handle. So if you accuse someone, be ready to defend yourself. Be ready, because you have evidence. If you don't have evidence, keep quiet. So after the girl was released, Mercy Johnson did a video and said things. And this was my fear all along. Because when everything was going on, all I was thinking was the children. Because I'm a mother. Just put yourself in Mercy Johnson's shoe and think, if you were being accused, you have children and everybody's coming out to call you names, and this is something you are not. You never did any harm to anyone. Do you think it will affect your children? Do you think it will affect you mentally, psychologically? Do you think it's going to affect the children also mentally and psychologically? If you think it's okay to accuse somebody, come on social media to call people names, then if you think if you are in that same shoe, that it has nothing, no effect, then it's okay. It's okay. Then in that video, Mercy Johnson says so many things about how other children forbids her children from touching their bags because their mom is away. Their mom is labored or she's not. Other children forbids her children from touching their things. And still, Nigeria says nothing wrong in this whole thing. They think it's okay. And in that video, Mercy Johnson said she dropped the case against this girl, this TikTok girl, and all the case that she was not going to drop them. They are still ongoing. So today being the 28th day of January 2026, news broke out on blogs, and what we saw was Angela has been arrested, and this has to do with her case with Mercy Johnson. And then I went to the comment section. Nigerians are heartless. You see, when I got to the comment section, I saw things, and there were some people who were saying, so Mercy Johnson can arrest and Ned cannot arrest. They were not comparing. They were not comparing Mercy Johnson's case of being accused, of being called all sorts of names. They were not comparing that to a marital issue between Regina Daniels, her brothers, and the husband of Regina Daniel, who happens to be the in-law to Regina Daniel's brothers. Imagine. You see where wisdom left them. Where senses have left Nigeria is very, very far. How do you compare a case between in-laws to that of? How? When I went to comment section, I was shocked. People started calling her again. She's an oppressor. She's using the power, the influence of the political powers, all of that to do this. Why not charge it to court? You see that court thing you guys are saying. You think that when Angela gets to court, she'll be able to get away with everything that she has said or done. It's as if you think court is just a forgiving place, like the holy place where you can go to when you hurt people. Court is not a holy place. It's not a place to forgive. Court is a place to prove evidence. Mercy Johnson has lots of evidence against Angela. The question you guys should be asking, or the fear you guys should be gripping right now is, does Angela have any evidence against the Mercy Johnson, to prove all the accusation against the Mercy Johnson? There's something about Nigerians. When they see something on blogs, they rush into conclusion. This was what landed that girl in jail. The girl that Mercy Johnson arrested some few weeks ago. So that was the same thing that landed that girl in jail. When you see blogs, post anything, try to read. People don't read it. They don't read to the end. They just see the topic, the first line, and they jump into the comment section just because they want to leave a comment. And this is one thing about Nigerians. Any comment that gets the higher likes, I kind of find it like coven thing. I kind of find it like something, planned. When they go to comment sections, they don't state what is in their mind. They don't write down what they think is the right thing. They just check the highest liked comment. The highest liked comment, that's what people are going to follow up with. Those people with low thinking, once they come to the comment section, what they do is to look for the highest liked comment. And that's what everyone will go for. That is following the crowd. They go with the crowd. So they look for the highest comments and they go with the flow. So if the highest comment is attacking Mercy Johnson, that is what 90% or 95% of Nigerians are going to comment. That is what they're going to comment. Now, a blog posted. I'm going to read what this blog posted about the new incident with Angela Okorie. So now, it said, police arrest actress Angela Okorie over alleged cybercrime case involving Mercy Johnson. They said police arrested. They didn't say Mercy Johnson took police to arrest Angela. They said police arrest Angela Okorie because of the case involving Mercy Johnson. And now, actress Angela Okorie was arrested at her Lagos residence by operatives of Nigerian Police Force Cybercrime Center. She was reportedly held overnight at Yaba Panti after there was no immediate flight available to Abuja at the time of her arrest. Angela Okorie was flown to Abuja early this morning, where she is expected to face court proceeding connected to cybercrime case involving Mercy Johnson. In all of the write-up, nothing said that Mercy Johnson arrested Angela. Now, I understand that is a case that is involving the both of them. This is a case between them. Now, have you Nigerians thought of maybe the court issued the arrest for Angela? Nigerians did not bother. Most of them did not read the full write-up. They did not read the full write-up. They did not read the full write-up. They just jumped into conclusion. This is police arresting Angela Okorie involving the case between she and Mercy Johnson. But in that write-up, did you see any bloggers saying or stating that Mercy Johnson took police to go and arrest Angela? When will Nigerians learn to read, understand, or when to understand? I don't know how to put this whole thing. When will you guys learn? When will you learn to leave people alone? When will you learn to, stay clear of people's issues? When will you learn, learn to comment respectfully when it comes to people's issue? Nigerians concluded that it was Mercy Johnson that sent the police. They concluded that it was Mercy Johnson that is now using her husband's political power to oppress the poor. So you see where this whole thing is affecting people. You don't jump into conclusions. Try to read, try to understand, try to differentiate. Do you get? So when they say police arrested Angela, no blogs posted and said that Mercy Johnson sent police to arrest Angela. But now, Nigerians are very gullible. Most Nigerians, they don't have anything upstairs. So a blog posted and said that Angela was arrested by police. They never stated that Mercy Johnson arrested Angela. But Nigerians concluded and said it was Mercy Johnson that is now using her husband's political power to oppress Angela. When this whole thing started, when Mercy Johnson stepped in, because for years that Angela beat Mercy Johnson on social media, no one stopped Angela. Nobody thought of what Angela was saying could have been doing to Mercy Johnson and her family. Nobody thought of, the emotional, psychological, every harm what Angela was saying could be doing to Mercy Johnson. Most especially the children. Nobody cares. Nobody ever thought of it. When Mercy Johnson stepped in, she arrested Angela for all of the things, and that was the first time she stepped in. Nigeria came out and said, take her to court, charge her to court. You have to take her to court. This is a civil case. You don't need to lock her up using your husband. Like, Jesus Christ. You're using your husband's power to, trash people. What's this? This, that. If she's not married to a politician, will you be doing this? People told Mercy Johnson to take her to court. And, when people conclude about you, and you look at yourself and this is not who you are, it's somewhat, painful, it's stressful, and very hurtful. When someone is arrested, definitely you can option for bail. Nobody said Angela was refused bail. Nobody ever came out to say Angela was refused bail. Mercy Johnson arrested Angela. Now she has used her husband's power or connection to tell the police not to release Angela. Angela optioned for bail and she was released. Now tell me, how is Mercy Johnson using her husband's connection if Angela was bailed when she was arrested? Because before you can think of somebody using power to oppress the powerless, then there must be something attached to that thing. Angela was not refused bail. She was bailed. I think she only spent a day in the cell. So what is the power she's using? Can people explain? Like, what power, what connection is there? Anyone can arrest anybody. If you are being defamed, you can arrest anyone. If you are being talked down to, you can arrest anyone. Being poor, being rich doesn't give you the right to talk down on people and expect them not to react. They must react. So Angela was bailed and she came out to tender an apology. And for people to think that that apology will erase the police case, will erase the courts that they have always wanted Mercy Johnson to take Angela to prove herself, that was what I don't know what they were thinking. She came out to apologize, but did she mention that everything she said was true or false? When people try to be on another person's side, it's okay. It's okay to have your favorite. It's okay to, support. But just make sure that you are not destroying another person while supporting another one. Did it ever cross your mind? Has it ever crossed your mind this whole years that Angela constantly, like repeatedly, every day, calculatedly, drag and insult message and say on social media or public place? Ever cross your mind how message and saying were faring, how she was sleeping, if she was okay, or did you ever caution Angela to stop this thing that she's doing because could be tormenting or affecting the family? You guys are evil. You guys devil. You're demonic. You're trying to make Angela the victim. She's not the victim. She is the oppressor. Nobody ever thought of how Mercy Johnson and her family were faring when Angela constantly, repeatedly, accuse, insult, and cause Mercy Johnson online. Mercy Johnson has never said anything. All she did now is let her provide all the evidence. Her children are at school. Children have been staying away from her children. You think it's okay? As a mother, I want you to think about it. Do you think it's okay when your child comes home and say, Mommy, I couldn't play with my friends today? Now, as a mother, as a father, as a sister, as a brother, as whoever that has children or younger ones, how do you feel when your younger ones or your brother, your sister, your children, your child comes home and say, I couldn't play with my friends today because they don't like me? That alone is very hurtful. Talk more of children staying away from your children because someone somewhere in a public place said that their mother is away. How would you feel? You think the person is right? You think taking legal action against that person is oppression? You think doing things just to make sure there's clarity is using your power to oppress the person? So if you're poor and you get to experience all of this that Mercy Johnson has experienced in the hands of Angela and in the hands of 95% of Nigerians, you think you are going to be all right. You think you will not take legal action because you don't have a senator as a husband, because you do not have a politician as a husband. You think you don't need to take action. You think it's all right. A mother's duty, a mother's greatest duty is to protect their children. And if you think that all the Mercy Johnson is doing right now is oppressing or using her husband's power, to oppress Angela, then you have something else in your head. What is in your head is not nothing. It's just empty thing that you have there. Angela called for this. Mercy Johnson answered. And here you all are, blaming her for answering a call. For those of you who claims to know law very well, who have been quoting, this is a civil case, this is a civil thing, that is nothing criminating, is nothing. According to the post by QT Juice, it was the court that issued for Angela's arrest and not Mercy Johnson. All right, it's a case involving the both of them. So once a case has been handled to the right authorities, so they have the right to do whatever they want to do. They have the right to charge that person. They have the right to declare that person innocent or guilty. Not social media, not you, not me. No one can declare Angela innocent or guilty. But in the eyes of God and man, Angela is guilty of everything that she has said until she's able to provide all the evidence that Mercy Johnson sucked somebody body, like the mother was there that is sucked about this. Mercy Johnson is a human being with feelings. She can get angry. She has emotion. She has emotions. She has children. She has family. And these things are affecting her children. And it's not easy. It's not the way you guys are saying it. They say if it never happened to a person, you're not going to know how they pain until it happened to you. And for all of you who think that Angela should go free, for all of you who think that simple apology is enough to forget everything, may it happen to you. May you guys experience it 100-fold. May you experience it. It's a blessing. Since you all deem it as a blessing, may you guys receive it. Since you all deem it as a blessing, like what Angela has done to Mercy Johnson and her children, whatever the children is going through in school, if you deem that it's okay, it's a blessing, may your children receive it. May you, as a woman, as a mother, it's a blessing. May God give you that blessing. May God, envelop you with a blessing. Make you and your family experience that blessing. Since you think it's okay, it's nothing. It's nothing. May you guys experience it. Then you'll be able to know if it's okay to take actions or if it's okay to clear your name. Do you think even if after this whole court thing finishes, you think all of this will clear her name? Do you think it will ever erase those memory, those pain, the trauma that these children has gone through, that they are going through in school? You think all the court thing can erase it? You think it can erase it? So you guys, be calming down, Nigerians. Be calming down. You guys are playing with fire because when God's wrath descend, it will strike, and it's going to strike every one of you that think this thing as a blessing. All of you are going to receive it. You all are going to receive it. It's a prayer. You guys will receive it.